Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, we did it. We sure did do it. What you think? What you think we do when we take y'all young men camping with us?
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and I've been trying to find a way to approach this story, to talk about the story that wasn't using a tragedy for views. I've been trying to find a way to talk about the story that wasn't just using assumptions and innuendo, that could actually help the people who watch this, because I didn't want to just be another person passing along information everyone's already heard and speculation for the purpose of clicks. And I think I found exactly what it is that I need to say about this. And it's not really just this. It never is with me, is it? Nolan Wells, he was found dead 2 days after July 4th, so July 6th. On July 4th, he left with a bunch of friends, supposedly white friends, on a boat to an island, had fun on that island, supposedly, and those friends came back without him. And when you look into all of the statements from the people who are willing to say those statements, it's about maybe he left with a girl he fancied, or he left the group and he might have gotten caught up in the current, which is very strong in that area. And there is a similarity to this idea that I'm out with these white friends, the only black guy, and I don't know why he doesn't come back with them. And then I don't understand that who's the girl he went to stay with, and why she didn't say, hey, by the way, I didn't see him until the 6th. This is hearsay, speculation. None of the people are talking, of course, because they don't want to get public, because if it wasn't what we all are thinking it is, these people are already going to be assumed guilty. But with good reason. You see, it's not even about if they did or didn't do anything to cause his death. What it's about is, it reminds me of this story.
Texas teen. It was supposed to be a fun day of fishing for 3 young men at Lake Ray Hubbard. Instead, it turned deadly after the group jumped in to swim, and 18-year-old Daniel Irving never resurfaced. Now, months later, police have arrested a 19-year-old they say tried to cover up and hide what actually happened that day. Fox 4's Alex Boyer picks up our top story from there.
It wasn't until nearly 3 months after his body was recovered that police have made an arrest in connection to the case.
On July 9th, Roper was arrested by Dallas police on 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Roper was interviewed by detectives after Irving's body was found. Roper told police after the 3 of them had jumped into the lake from the railroad track bridge, Irving drowned and Roper panicked. Instead of calling 911, the affidavit states Roper told investigators he deleted all communication with Daniel Irving from his cell phone, adding that Roper confirmed he was aware that there would be an investigation into Daniel Irving's death and he did not want to get into trouble, and states Roper threw Daniel Irving's clothes in the tree line as they fled the location. The juvenile suspect also told investigators he admitted he threw Daniel Irving's cell phone from the vehicle after suspect Roper told him to.
We, the family, are deeply inclined, these individuals intended on no one looking for Daniel, fighting for Daniel, advocating for Daniel.
Yeah, that part. You see that part there at the end where they thought that nobody was going to look for my son. No, they really believed that nobody would care, nobody would look, would think about where is this guy. And these aren't real friends. This is what is so disheartening to black parents everywhere. You try to give a chance to somebody and you realize that your real friends would be so distraught that you were gone that they would tell everybody. But these guys think about, well, what would it look like for me? You know who thinks that way? callous, selfish juveniles who don't have much wrapped up in you, who aren't really feeling you that much. Because it's hard to look at a phone of someone who died right next to you and throw it out the window. But more importantly, it's the idea that you thought really no one was going to even look. It's not that important to you. Now, that's where I want to get in on this story. I don't have more facts than anybody else. What we're going to do is listen to the reason why I think stories like these two are important. Daniel Irving and Nolan Wells are going to be the framing tool for something that I think is well overdue. Let's watch this racist piece of shit talk first, and then I'm going to find a lot of joy in breaking it down piece by piece. So maybe the context of a story like this can bring deeper meaning than the facts that we just don't have yet. Check this out.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, we did it. We sure did do it. What you think? What you think we do when we take y'all young men camping with us? We know them boys don't know how to swim. Yeah. We throw them in that water. We say, swim, boy, swim. Whoa, learn how to swim, boy. You can't do it. You can't do it, boy. Y'all ain't ever going to learn how to swim. Yeah. Yeah, they did it. Them boys did it. This is a damn tradition for us. Yeah. This is a tradition. We take you boys out in the woods. We throw you in the swamp. We throw you in the creek. We throw you in the springs and rivers. Yeah, we throw you in the oceans. Y'all can't do a damn thing. Y'all be in there splashing and screaming, I can't swim. I can't swim. Oh, hell no. But you know, it ain't our fault. It ain't our fault you're fucking stupid. Grown men don't know how to swim. Yeah, what y'all think we do? You know, yeah, it's a big conspiracy, like a little neighborhood meeting. Y'all ain't invited. We get together, we make plans, we talk about y'all, yeah, let's put this one in football, you know, let's put this one in basketball, yeah, let's encourage him to do that and this, yeah. We bet on y'all. Man, we just play y'all like a damn game and y'all don't even know it. This is a tradition. It's been going on since the beginning of time. And y'all still in the dark. And, you know, I thought I'd go ahead and tell you, but even me telling you, it's still just going to be conspiracy and nobody's going to be able to prove it. Yeah, this happens all around the nation. All of us are involved, every single one of us.
So let's talk about human beings and animals. I'm a human being. That piece of filth is an animal. Number one, when you decide to get froggy and leap, white boy, when you believe that you can actually just push people over because they're black and they can't swim, don't sound like a fucking idiot. Let's just remind the people of the actual truth of the situation.
22-year-old Anthony Conrad Nasty, born in Trinidad, brought up in Suriname, was the first black man to ever win Olympic gold in the pool in the 1988 Seoul Games.
Yeah, we've been swimming for a long time. So you go ahead and try if you want to. Here's another example.
Of the 2016 Rio Games, tears streaming down her face. Simone Manuel standing on top of the podium, the first African-American woman to win individual swimming gold. She won 4 medals in 2016, 2 golds and 2 silvers. For the Tokyo Games, Manuel was selected a team captain, where she earned bronze in the 4x100 meter freestyle relay.
Yeah, so we've established that idiots deal in tropes. That's this guy. So why am I talking about humans versus animals? Well, because animals may see this trope or think about this trope, and the first thing they do is think about, how can I use it to my advantage because it's a dog-eat-dog world. The next thing that a human does is they say, well, obviously swimming's not a problem. Why is it that this trope exists? And that's what a human does.
There's a pool on 112th Street called Jefferson. When I was a little girl, I couldn't go past 106th Street. If you attempted to go, you had to run for your life.
Prior to the 1920s, swimming pools in the northern United States were gender segregated. And in the 1920s, cities began allowing males and females to swim together. And it's at that point that white swimmers impose racial segregation at public pools through violence and the threat of violence.
But you know, it ain't our fault. It ain't our fault you're fucking stupid. Grown man don't know how to swim.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. That's the rub, isn't it? It is your fault, like everything else. You're a failure of a human being. You failure of a man. You animal. It is your fault. Watch this.
Swimming became a broadly popular and common recreational activity among whites, precisely because they had access to these thousands of appealing swimming pools, but much less so for African Americans because they were far more restricted in their access to pools. In the mid-20th century, the cultural perception developed that swimming is something that white people do.
Right. This is what inferior people have to do in order to feel strong. What inferior people have to do is they make up a straw man. They make up something that they can beat because real life has shown them that they can't really do it. You can't beat us. You tried. You tried. Just like always, you weak, inferior, horrible animal / almost man you. You relish in these things that you cause so that you can have a reason to hate rather than the other way around. People who have done nothing to you. So you find a way. You find a way to hold them down. You took them out of baseball. No, you can't play with us. And the minute they did, they beat you. You took them out of football. No, you can't play with us. The minute they did, they beat you. What? Tennis? Arthur Ashe? Beat you. What, you scared we getting into hockey and swimming next? More importantly, you are inferior. You're an animal. Let's talk about it. To my black brothers and sisters out there, here's the part where you realize your worth.
But in the 19th century, people of African ancestry had vibrant swimming cultures.
Africans believed water was a spiritual place. By immersing one's body in water, by swimming, you're actually connecting to deities and to ancestral spirits that are in that water.
All of that laughing and chuckling at dead bodies over learning how to swim, it comes from a deep-seated insecurity, because the truth is this.
Prior to the 1880s, most black people were much stronger swimmers than white people, and slave owners actually began to target Africans with diving skills.
You can't do it, boy. Y'all ain't ever gonna learn how to swim.
Prior to the 1880s, most black people were much stronger swimmers than white people.
Prior to the 1880s, most black people were much stronger swimmers than white people.
Yeah, that part. You can't do it, boy. You see, when you needed people to swim to get the oysters for you, or you took them off the side of the country, off the shores, when you needed them, you couldn't do it. And isn't it just like you? You sick fucking animals have stolen everything that you have that's good from people like us who gave it to you, and then use violence to convince them that it was you who did it first. Animal. Humans find out what you can do and learn and are happy for the chance to do so. Not animals like you. Yeah, they're Taylor. Yeah, they're Parker. As we look through the history and as we talk about this part of the story, Parker over there doesn't have a black best friend. Dylan's best friend is violence. Right?
Yeah, they did it. Them boys did it. This is a damn tradition for us. Yeah, this is a tradition. We take you boys out in the woods. We throw you in the swamp. We throw you in the creek. We throw you in the springs and rivers. Yeah, we throw you in the oceans. Y'all can't do a damn thing. Y'all be in there splashing and screaming, I can't swim, I can't swim. Oh, hell no. That's called projection. That there is called weakness disguised as projection, just like an animal puffs up his fur. Unfortunately, this is the truth.
Fast forward to the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, systemic racism starts to take hold in the United States. Many public pools and beaches were segregated, either legally or out of fear that fights would break out between black and white swimmers. However, this unjust treatment didn't occur without resistance. On June 18, 1964, a group of black and white activists jumped into the Monson Motor Lodge's segregated pool in St. Augustine, Florida. The infuriated white motel manager dumped acid into the pool to force the protesters out. This swim-in made international headlines and contributed to the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. In the coming years, many public pools chose to close rather than desegregate, and the pools that did not stay open were often the scene of harassment or violence when black people tried to go for a swim. These clashes caused a boom in the construction of private, white-only pools in high-income neighborhoods. Swimming became a privilege.
Oh, hell no. Say it ain't so, Timmy. Bryant, Parker, Eric, say it ain't so, guys. Are you telling me that you mean to tell me that you are so insecure, that you are so little peckered that the only way to stroke your own ego, the only way to feel that you are equal amongst folks is if you can exclude black people from it? That's gotta suck. That has to hurt. To know that when you needed to feel good or better at baseball, you could only do it if you just said, well, let's just exclude the black people or else we'll lose. When you needed to feel superior, you said, let's just get the black folks out of football. But then when they came in, they beat you. I can understand it. I can understand that. You want to look good in front of your girlfriend. You don't pull up next to the guy who can bench press more than you, run faster than you, and swim longer than you. So you just exclude us? Say it ain't so, Parker. Tyler, is this how you deal with your inadequacies?
Yeah, what y'all think we do? You know, yeah, it's a big conspiracy. You know, every 6 months this skin tone, we all get together in our neighborhoods and we have like a little neighborhood meeting. Y'all ain't invited. We get together, we make plans, we talk about y'all, yeah, let's put this one in football, let's put this one in basketball. Yeah, let's encourage him to do that and this. Yeah. We bet on y'all. Man, we just play y'all like a damn game and y'all don't even know it. This is a tradition. Been going on since the beginning of time. And y'all still in the dark. And I thought I'd go ahead and tell you, but even me telling you, it's still just gonna be conspiracy and nobody's gonna be able to prove it. Yeah. This happens all around the nation. All of us are involved. Every single one of us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously. Number one, let's just start with the fact that they don't have weekly meetings, monthly meetings. That's just a tactic to ensure that he can have plausible deniability while he's talking about all this. Number two, if he's ever done any of that stuff, he wouldn't be talking about it on Instagram. Number three, it brings me to the point that besides the bluster, besides the, oh, look how scary I am, oh, we're all against you, you guys have to be smart enough to know that that is just him playing games like a child. But it brings us to the point of humans versus animals. You see, a human like myself, maybe like you see the statistics of black people drowning. You hear the stereotypes, the tropes of black people can't swim. And then you hear about Nolan Wells and you hear about Daniel Irving. And when you, as a human being, put two and two together, you say, number one, these white folks really believe that no one's going to look for them. Most of these stories sound implausible. But I would be irresponsible to come on here with especially this new one, Nolan Wells, and have any sort of authority in my take. Nobody knows anything yet. It's taking too long. It's very weird. And none of the white people there do what I think friends would have done if they knew that their friend was missing. But that's a human take. Another human take is, in light of all of this, these stories can actually do something to help people, because now I'm hearing those numbers, how many drownings happen to black kids, and I don't know why. When I hear those numbers about how many of them can swim? And I research why, because I'm not a racist. So therefore, when I hear something different about a group of people, my first question is why? It isn't, I told you so. That's the racist response. Anytime you hear anything about a group of people, and even if it's about white people, if your first question isn't why, then that means you're just this close to being a racist or a phobe of whatever that group is. Get it? Black people do worse in this thing. Why? Why? Let's look it up. White people have done the most egregious bullshit to black people forever. Why? Why? Are they devils? I don't think so. I think I have quite a few theories. There's the dual hemisphere theory, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into that. But if you don't ask why, that means you believe that humans can just be separated by color or whatever that thing is. So when I ask why, like a human does, that's the human response. Because once you find out why, you realize, how can I better my community? How can I help? How can I be a addition to the people who watch me? What an animal does is open his mouth and bite you the minute he finds out that he can. What an animal does is realize that when they see numbers or they hear tropes about who can or can't swim, they find out, how can I jump on it? How can I use it for the frivolous fun of degrading, even murder? Yeah, that's what animals do. So I'm glad that I took this long to make this video so I can be a human about the stories and the numbers that we're hearing and show you this.
One that's doing some amazing work. Meet Tank Proof. Based in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Tank Proof strives to empower the black community by providing access and equality in aquatics. The organization's certified instructors travel the country, teaching free swim lessons to underserved children as young as 5 years old.
How y'all doing? Torrance Thomas here. Thurman Thomas here. We're co-founders of Tank Proof. First of all, thank you so much for your time. Shout out to My Swim Pro for this awesome opportunity. We're going to tell you a little bit about our story. So Tank Proof is a nonprofit organization that gives swimming lessons and food security to kids who need it most.
Tamika Bostic is trying something new. The 42-year-old is taking swim lessons for the first time.
I grew up in New York City Housing Authority, so we really didn't have that much access to pools.
Bostic also wants her 2 daughters to feel safe in the water.
It is a basic life skill that everybody needs to have. You know, there is a stigma, black people can't swim.
Paulana Lamanier has been hard at work since 2020 trying to change that. With her side hustle turned not-for-profit, Black People Will Swim.
The second lane over there. Black children are 5 times more likely to drown compared to our counterparts. And 6 out of 10 Black kids don't know how to swim. And so this is where Black People Will Swim comes into play, ensuring that we're bringing that number down to 0.
Are you a human being? I don't have all the answers. I don't. I don't have any more information about what happened to Nolan Wells. I have the same questions you do. And I think we need to all be looking into it as often as possible. But at some point, are you a human being? Because if you are, when you hear things like this, the impulse, of course, anger, frustration, the history of white people doing what they did to Daniel Irving and beyond, and what this guy says about it happening everywhere is the only true thing that he did say. Are you a human being? Because if you are, your next response should be, needs to be, train yourself to be, how can I help? How can I fix this? What do I need to do to make my species, my race, my community, my country, my people, my brothers, and my friends better? If that's you, I bet you that there's a lot of people who could use some swimming lessons in neighborhoods where the pools no longer exist. Look into it. That's the human response. The time to fight is now. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.